Hey guys, it's Mimi1239 here, and I'm here to give you guys my Girl Meets Bear review video. Wow. I was not expecting what happened in this episode to happen. How do I say this? I don't know. Let's just get into the recap first. So this episode starts off with Maya very taco crazy, and she wants tacos, and there's this huge sale of tacos at Tacos or something, which is Mexican, I guess. And she's really crazy about it, and they're gonna be selling bobbleheads and everything. And what Riley decides to do, and Maya too, they sleep in the bay window. The next morning, Maya wakes up like frantically. She's like, let's go to the taco place now. Riley's like, wait, my teddy bear's gone. Barry the bear? I think that's his name. But the teddy bear's gone, nowhere to be found. She's freaking out. She calls it an emergency. Everybody wakes up. Whole Matthew's family is out the door except for Riley and Maya. Topanga's like, is this really an emergency or what's happening? She's like, no, I mean it is, but I lost my bear. They're like, alright, whatever. Throughout this whole episode, Maya is freaking out because she's like, what about the big sale? Like, I really want to get my tacos, you know? You gotta get those tacos. I've never had tacos in my life, so I wouldn't know how they taste. So then Corey is like, well, it's not a big deal. Tacos are more important than your childhood. Riley gets highly offended by it, and she has that killer look on her face. I've said this before in my predictions video, but she looks like the picture of Rowan and Sabrina and Corey, and she's like behind them, behind Sabrina and Corey, and she's like looking at them like a serial killer, you know? Lucas, Farkle, and Zay come into the picture because Maya called them because she promised them tacos. They're not gonna get tacos. I love the part where Maya jumps on top of Lucas's back and they're about to go get tacos, but they don't. Riley tells the story of when Augie bit the bear's head. I wasn't expecting for Maya to jump on Lucas's back, but I know that Peyton and Sabrina do that a lot, which is really, really cute. But I wasn't expecting that, and we do know that Lucas is Riley's boyfriend now, but that has nothing to do with anything, you know, like, yeah, I guess they're closer now. This whole thing with Ski Lodge is such a mess that I just don't know anymore. So then later, Riley decides to tell the whole people, everybody, about the first time she ever got the bear, and it was because Topanga and Corey were leaving her to go to work, I think, and they left her with a bear that she can like hug and say, oh, I'm hugging my parents, but she's just hugging a bear. And this was when she was younger, when she first got the bear. Ocean made his appearance on the show, which I forgot. He played Augie, which is really cool, but like I have to do the calculation because Ocean, I think, is 4 years old when this was filmed, right? Riley and Maya are supposed to be, I don't know, like 7-ish, 8-ish? Let's go with 8. So that's 4 years older than them. So if we were talking in actuality, like if this was their ages, then because Riley and Maya are both 15, I believe Augie would have to be 11 for this to be true, for their ages to be correct when they were younger. That is not the case. Augie, I think he's like 8, 7-ish. That's like 8 years apart. So that's one of the things I was confused about, but I still like that Augie's little brother, Ocean, appeared because like we needed him in an episode. And there was that Instagram post that someone caught like in the taping. I think it was that taping where Ocean was running up to Ben's arms and like hugging him, and it was so cute. I love this so much. So we finally see the first time that Riley and the bear meet, so we know the significance of the bear now to Riley. It was basically her whole childhood because the bear went through everything she did except for the triangle, I guess. I don't know. And that's why it hurts her so much that it's gone. Then we see everybody frantically looking for the bear, and Corey finds the necklace mittens from Boy Meets World. Finally. I heard something about this, but I didn't know it was happening in this episode. Like, it caught me off guard, to be honest. I feel like I forgot completely about that. Corey's like, wow, I lost these mittens again, and like, they were important to me because my father gave them to me. And Augie's like, can I have them now? Because it's supposed to be passing down to like the Matthews boys and stuff like that. I guess the youngest child, I would assume, because he didn't give it to Eric, he gave it to Corey in Boy Meets World. Corey originally is like, well, I don't want to have you carry this huge responsibility because I know you're gonna lose it. So Augie's like, okay, and it's really awkward. But I knew in the end he was gonna give him the necklace. That was expected because he has to pass it down, right? Even though Augie is younger than Corey was in Boy Meets World, because Corey was like 11 years old and Augie is like 7 years old, and he's carrying this huge legacy that the necklace brings. But the important thing about the necklace is who gave it to him. That's what Corey says. And not the necklace itself. Like, it's the significance of the necklace, which was, to him, his father. And then we see the May? Is that their ship name? The May conversation. Zay and Maya conversation. Zay finally, like, for the first time ever since The Secret Life of... The Secret Life of Pets. No. The Secret of Life. Wow, I grew a lot. Okay, back then, Maya talked to Zay, tried to kind of like make him feel better because he was feeling like an outsider. I didn't really know about that until this episode when he expressed his feelings to Maya. So there's a possibility that Zay might have feelings for Maya, or not that he cares about her. You can see that because he knows that Josh is way too old for her right now, but it's a someday, right? But right now, she doesn't have anybody. She doesn't have anybody like Riley has Lucas. So she may feel like an outcast right now in their group, right? Because Farkle is with Smackle. Ah, I get it. That's why Farkle can't be the person for Maya. It has to be Zay. Now I understand that. But I feel like the whole ship thing is still like wacko right now. Like it's... because I know a lot of people think that it should be Riley and Farkle together, Lucas and Maya, and Zay and Smackle. You know, I'm just expressing everybody else's opinion, not everybody else's, but you know, a big part of the fandom wants these ships to happen, Lucaya, Smackle, and Zay, and Farkle to happen, you know? But right now, it's not. It's kind of completely jumbled up right now, but the only sure ships we have right now is Lucas and Riley, which is Rucus, and Smarkle. So anyway, he thanks her for, you know, including him as her friends for that 2-minute conversation they had in The Secret of Life. I feel like she's a bit confused because she's like, really? I did not know this before. Farkle finds a scrapbook that Topanga had about her childhood, I guess, when she was the weirdo in Boy Meets World, right? When she used to dress up like a hippie, I guess. And she used to sing and dance, not sing and dance, but dance around Corey's kitchen. That episode is life. And Topanga explains that she still has a part of that Topanga in her, the nature part of Topanga that used to be in season 1 of Boy Meets World. Farkle had, you know, he had that drastic change in the show. He went from the turtleneck to the Donnie Barnes to now he's just wearing all black. But he's still the same Farkle, I guess. To Topanga, it's important to keep herself, her old self, her childhood, as who she is now. Farkle, I guess, does the same, and he keeps himself, his old self, as like a scrapbook, you know? Like, that was the metaphor. There's always metaphors in the show. I think I explained that. The metaphor of the door, the metaphor of paintings, the metaphor of scrapbooks, the metaphor of the mittens. A lot of metaphors. The bear. So they can't find the bear. Here's the next metaphor. Riley and Lucas are trying to search, you know, for the bear in Riley's room, which later upsets Corey. But they try to find the bear. They can't find the bear. So then Riley starts to ask Lucas, do you have anything from your childhood that you still have? And he says, yes, I used to have this sack of gold that his Pappy Joe gave him. He used to think that there was actual gold inside the sack of gold. When he met Zay, Zay also had a sack of gold. He opened up the sack and he took out, and it was, you know, bubble gum, and he just blew a bubble, so it was bubble gum. Lucas says now that he does not want to open up the sack of gold because he doesn't want to lose that childhood innocence of this sack of gold. He doesn't want to know what's inside because he feels like he would lose something inside of him that was that innocence, you know? So then Riley's like, well, maybe it's time for me to lose that innocence by giving up the bear, by saying it's officially lost. Josh comes in. Well, Maya's still mourning about like the fact that she's not getting her tacos. And then Josh comes in and he like opens the door and Maya's like squished. He comes in just to give laundry, just to give them more work, I guess. Just to have an excuse to come in. So he brings the laundry. Then he sees Maya's on the floor mourning about the tacos. He helps her up and they're like, long game, long game. Like, we didn't already know that. We know they're playing the long game, okay? Riley comes out and she tells Josh that she is going to render her bear as missing because she wants to give up that her childhood now, like the bear. Josh is like, no, you cannot do that. Like, high school is the last place where you will have innocence in. After that, you will go to college, which he is in now. And he's like, it's terrible, so just keep everything you have right now. Just stay the same. Maya's sitting on the couch and she sees that the little girls that used to be Riley's Riley and Maya, or that are Riley and Maya when they were little, they have the bear. And Maya tries to take it back and be like, hey, that's our bear. But the little girls, that's them. That's them when they were kids, right? So they are taking the bear with them, and Maya realizes that the bear is gone and it's time for the bear to go. Riley ends up buying Maya the tacos. She goes with Lucas, which I think is adorable. She goes with Lucas to buy Maya the tacos, and they're all happy and stuff like that. So Riley realizes that chasing after her childhood is not what she should be doing. She should be concentrating on the future, on what's happening right now, I guess. I guess that's what the main message of this is. Her childhood is still within her, and she will never lose that. I finally figured it out. Now I'm okay. Corey ends up giving Augie the necklace that his father gave him in Boy Meets World. I love it so much. He knows he's gonna lose them, but the significance of the necklace is what's important, and that Corey gave it to him. Josh's problem is kind of resolved as well, because he's like, oh, I have a roommate and he won't grow up, like he's very immature. But then in the end he's like, okay, I'm going back to college and I'm gonna try to get to know my roommate and make friends with him, make him get to know me as well. I guess that's a grown-up thing to do. And then Zay is like, Zay made it to this episode because he's like, I don't care what Josh thinks. If Maya needs someone to not feel like a third wheel in Lucas's relationship, then I will be that person. And I was like, yes, thank you. I don't care what Josh thinks either. Maya needs that person that will be her salvation, because it does get awkward, okay? And Josh lets Maya decide, which is great, because sometimes boyfriends, or not even boyfriends because they're not even together, but sometimes people get jealous and they get kind of, what's that word called? Possessive. They get possessive over people, but Josh understood that it was Maya's decision whether or not to let Zay be her friend, you know, be like someone she could talk to when Lucas is together with them, when they're in a group. I like that a lot. The last scene, Lucas asks Riley out to the movies, and then Corey's like, no, and Riley's like, yeah, I'd love to. Basically, Maya and Zay are going together as well, and Augie and Farkle are going together, but where's Smackle? I guess we'll see her later, maybe at the movies, I don't know. Young Riley and Maya, they go out the door with Riley's bear. I think, who sees that part? Oh yeah, nobody sees it, I guess, because they're looking at Farkle and Augie. But the young Riley and Maya go out with the bear. So basically, this is goodbye, not goodbye to Riley's childhood, but still here, but it's time to say goodbye to the bear, to her childhood. I don't know how to explain this, but basically the bear is gone. I did not expect this episode to end this way. I thought at the end it'd be like, oh look, here's a bear, like in Full House. Remember Full House when Stephanie lost her bear and at the end she found her bear? I thought that's how this episode was gonna turn out to be, but it wasn't. Remember Mr. Bear? So that's how this episode ends. It's very different from Full House, I have to say. So a lot did happen in this episode. Hopefully I covered everything. There were ship things that happened, there were Boy Meets World nostalgia things that happened, there was bear talk, little girls, ocean. So I did like this episode overall. I want to know what you guys think, obviously, and I'll be obviously like checking Tumblr and Twitter now to see what people think, because this is only my opinion. I have no idea what anybody else thinks of this episode, so just let me know below what you think. I want to know what you guys have to say about this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? I give this episode, I say a 9 out of 10, because I feel like with some episodes of the show I have to rewatch them again, because there's some things that I actually don't know and I haven't learned yet. There's some things like in the real world that I have learned because I've either like gone through them, like experienced them already, and I already know what the end results are. But then like with an episode like Girl Meets Bear, I feel like I just don't understand it because I haven't gone through it yet, and I think I will, but it's just a different reaction that comes out of me because like it's just something I haven't fully understood yet, you know? I was a bit confused in the beginning. I thought Riley should have kept her bear or should have found her bear, but it's a different way, a different ending. It's like Bay Window. Yeah, it's very similar to Bay Window, I think, this episode. Do you think it was necessary to do an episode like this? Do you think, well, it was more about Riley than Riley and Maya, but do you think it was necessary to do another Bay Window type of episode? Let me know below. Right there. I guess that's the end. And that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you want. The subscription button is right over there. All my social media accounts are right over here. Follow me especially on Twitter because that's where I keep in contact with you guys. My latest video, which is my Girl Meets Bear reaction video, is right over here. My Girl Meets Bear promo reaction video is right over here, and my Girl Meets Bear predictions video is right over here. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for always watching. Mwah. I hope you guys are having a really nice day or night or whatever time you guys are watching this. And remember guys, there is no end to your horizon. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye!